Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we got another meltdown video for you. We're going to be running a Vepr 545. Now, one of the interesting things about these guns is that they've got heavy RPK type barrels on them. So you got that smaller hole on the 545, but in the same stock of barrel in terms of the barrel diameter. So you got a real thick barrel with a smaller hole, really rigid, very stiff barrel. This is a very high quality conversion that was done by the guys down at Definitive Arms. Definitely want to thank them for taking care of that for me. But we're going to run the gun full auto until it fails. Pretty much with these meltdown videos, we'll run the gun until it stops. So I've got a whole bunch of mags here, about 1,400 rounds of 545 in mags. We're running a variety of different mags, Tapcos, surplus Bulgarian Circle 10 mags. We're running mostly Wolf hollow point ammo. I want to say it's a 60 grain variety. I've got a little bit of Silver Bear mixed in there just for fun, and a couple of rounds of 7.6 mixed up in there for fun. So we're going to feed it a hodgepodge of ammo, and we're going to shoot the little puppy till it stops. So let me get my gear on here, and let's just go for it. Here goes nothing, people. All right, here we go. AK-74 Meltdown, Vepr, heavy barrel. Gotta love it. .45 round mag. Another 45 round mag. Uh-oh. Anybody want to have a barbecue? Oh yeah, I love the smell of pallet wood in the morning. Uh-oh. All right, got some more 45 rounders here. Boy, she ain't skipping a beat, is she? That was a whole magazine of Silver Bear ammo, just so you guys know. All right, I think she stopped. No more. That's all she ran. Well, the bolt's free. And it's acting like it just wants to fire a couple of rounds. And then it stops. It could be a broken firing pin. Yeah. Nope. She's dead. We're going to diagnose the problem and we'll report back. Let's have a look. All right, we pulled the gun apart. We determined that the lacquer primer sealant on the Wolf ammo was starting to gum up on the bolt face, and it was probably causing it to, you know, maybe the firing pin wasn't really striking it bad. And we also had some actual like primer cup material built up into the face of the bolts. I'm going to go ahead and scrape all this crap out of here. I'm going to hurry while it's still hot, it's still smoking. We're going to put the gun back together and see if she'll run some more. Let's do it. Okay, well, she's freed up really nice. I don't see any problems with the bolt face. Let's go ahead and try to run the rest of this ammo and see what she does. No go. Whatever it's doing, it's continuing to do it. She's dead. Let's get our round count together, figure out what we ran, have a look at the gun a little bit closer. All right, well, we let this monstrosity of a gun here cool down, and we determined that it ended up being an ammunition issue. With the Wolf ammo here's got the lacquered case. We look at the bolt face here, we can see that that entire channel that the firing pin rides in, as well as all around the face of the bolt, has just got this crud that has just worked its way into there from the lacquer on the cases. Now, I know some of Wolf's ammo is lacquer case, some of it isn't. As I recall, I believe the previous meltdown that we did, we had non-lacquered ammo. That's a detail that I failed to really consider as being an issue. I like Wolf ammo. I don't want anybody to think that I have a problem with Wolf ammo, because their stuff is just fine. It's affordable, it's cheap, accurate enough, you know, it works, goes bang every time. Wolf ammo is also kind of known for having some pretty hard primers, so I think that what we ended up with some of those misfires there near the end was a combination of the slightly harder primers on the Wolf ammo and then that lacquer building up inside of the bolt face and causing that firing pin to just, I mean, this thing is literally seized up. It will not move. But we're actually going to have to pull that firing pin out and clean that up and see what's going on. So what is probably going to end up happening here, the gas system itself looks good. I don't really see a whole lot of built up molten copper. As we recall from the previous meltdown video on the 7.62x39 Vepr in this same exact configuration, what ended up stopping it was a buildup of copper material from heat. That copper stripping off at the gas port and working its way into the gas block and making like a little puck that was just enough to keep our bolt carrier from closing all the way. That's ended up being what stopped the 7.62x39. On the 5.45, we didn't really get that anomaly at all. No real copper buildup in the in the gas block. It looks pretty clean for the most part. The barrel did droop just a slight amount. We did inspect the lead going into the initial part of the rifling here. It does have a lot of throat wear from that burn there that we just made. So definitely the increased heat from these faster powders in the 545 variant offered a lot more wear in the throat area. So that's something you're going to get. When a barrel wears out, it wears out from the end, from each end inward. Okay, your rifling is going to remain the strongest in the center of the barrel itself. So you're going to get throat wear, and then you'll get muzzle wear. So that's why when people will gauge barrels on these types of guns, really any gun. I know you've probably seen people do like the bullet test with an M1 Garand, where they'll take an M2 ball round and stick it in the nose of the, or down in the muzzle end of the barrel. They're checking for erosion at the muzzle, which can give them a good indication of the amount of wear that might be at on the chamber end too. Okay, and that can give you a lot of details about how much a gun's been shot, its serviceability, so on and so forth. So the gun held up great. I don't think it's the gun's fault. I think if we were running non-lacquered ammo, this gun probably would have went well over 1,000 rounds, but guess what? What that means, we get to do revisit. So what we're gonna end up doing to keep the test consistent, because I know there's gonna be people that are gonna go, well, you can't use the same gun. I'll tell you what, we're gonna use two guns. We're gonna shoot the original, the one we have right here. We're gonna get him back up and running. We're gonna run him until he stops. Then, just to put the whole thing to bed, I'm gonna run some non-lacquered ammo through both guns, and I'm gonna run a brand new conversion until it stops. So that video is gonna be kind of expensive, but I'll tell you what, it's worth it. It's science, so we need to know. Otherwise though, everything held up fine. I don't really see anything else that would lead me to think that there's anything going on with this gun other than just the buildup in the bolt itself. We thought initially that possibly the firing pin could be broken. We will report that later. We're gonna pull this apart here in a little bit and see what the deal might be and see if that firing pin is indeed broken. But I don't think the firing pin's broken. I think it's just a buildup of particulates combined with just this waxy lacquer that they put on this Wolf ammo, which is fine. Another thing to consider, we are asking this gun to do something that it's not made to do. Okay, it's not made to just shoot full auto until it melts down into a pile of rubbish, okay? We're pushing this gun to the limits, that's the point. And part of a way a firearm operates, well, the batteries to the whole system is ammo. So if there's some ammo anomaly or some ammo issue, it's always gonna present itself. A rifle that is semi-auto is basically a machine that, and this is its batteries. This is what it relies on to operate, to cycle itself. I mean, if you think about it, it's just a really basic engine, right? And it uses this as its fuel. And if there's some problem with this, then obviously, just like a vehicle or anything else, you're gonna get some type of minor issue. We're asking this Wolf ammo to do something it wasn't meant to do. They didn't make this for guys to go out and run 1,000 rounds at one time through their gun nonstop until it destroyed itself. In perfectly normal shooting situations, I would see no problem with this ammo whatsoever. I mean, I use thousands upon thousands of rounds of this ammo, and I've never had an issue like this. But taking something to the breaking point like this is a really good way to see exactly what it takes to kill something. So the gun ended up running about 800 rounds, plus or minus. We're gonna get an official count, hopefully later on today. But basically it's right in line with the piston upper so on the AR. So pretty crazy. We are gonna revisit this. Definitely want to thank you for watching today's video. We had a lot of fun making it. It's always fun to shoot machine guns. We've got many more videos on the way. Make sure you're subscribing to our email list and staying in touch with us for announcements, behind the scenes type stuff, everything you need to stay in touch with us. Also, make sure you go over and check us out over on Facebook. Make sure you check out Definitive Arms. They're a great group of guys. They are really passionate about these AKs and ComBlock weaponry. And whenever I have a question about ComBlock weaponry, I call my guys down at Definitive Arms because they really know their stuff. They're good people, and they take care of us on these meltdowns. You know, these kind of videos are not cheap and easy to put together, and they you know, give a lot of effort and time to help us put these together. So I want to thank them for that. Guys, also, we got many more gun gripes on the way, 5 guns, more meltdowns. I've got a very special meltdown happening here in about 2 weeks. I'm not going to give anything away. I don't know when we're going to post it, but trust me, you're going to want to see it because it's really crazy. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.